Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, March 31st. Welcome to our math lesson for today. It is 10-5 is the math lesson that we are on. But before we get started, I had some students send me some of their work that they did from the 10-4 lesson yesterday. So I wanted to take a minute to go through that. So yesterday we found the parts of 11, 12, and 13. And they had an activity to do that was very similar to this, but I wanted to go over some of the challenge questions that they did. So first, when I was showing the challenge yesterday, so the challenge was to find as many different equations to make the sum of the number in red at the top. So I did 11. So I'm going to look here in Gianna's portfolio. So Gianna for 12 wrote, and I'm writing it in blue, so you can write this too if you didn't do it yesterday or if you're checking your work. So Gianna wrote for 12, she has 10 plus 2, which equals 12. Okay, so if we filled this tens frame with all 10 and we added 2 more, we would have 10, 11, 12. So that's one equation. She also wrote 4 plus 8 equals 12. So if I had 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I showed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 4 plus 8 is 12. And the last equation that she had for 12 is a doubles fact. So she had 6 plus 6 equals 12. Okay, so when I say a doubles fact, that means that the add-ins are the same, 6 and 6. So if I have 4 up here, 5, 6, and then I would have 6 down here, also still equaling 12. So great job, Gianna. All right, I also had Kasaira respond. And let's see, I'm going to share her work for 13 right here. So she started with her 10, making 10. So she had, this is for 13, so I'm going to need to add an extra magnet. So she started with 10 plus 3, which equals 13. And then she did 9 plus 4. So it looks like maybe what she did is what I was modeling when we did this yesterday when I did 11. She took one from this tens frame and moved it to this tens frame because you still have 13, right? You're just moving one from one tens frame to another tens frame. So now I have 9 plus 4. So 9 plus 4 equals 13. Okay, and Kasaira also did, let's see, 8 plus 5, which means she took another one, moved it down. So now we have 8 plus 5, which also equals 13. And finally, she did 7 plus 6. So she took another one from here and moved it down. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 plus 6 equals 13. Excellent job, Kasaira. So let's see what we can do today. All right, so let me get this. This is going to be for today. So yesterday we found the parts of 11, 12, and 13. Today we're going to find the parts of 14, 15, and 16. Okay, so I'm going to start with, let's see, I'm going to start with 14. Now, notice that my sum, I'm writing on the left side here, right? The equal sign is here, and all the equal sign means is that what's on one side is the same as what's on the other side, all right? So if it equals 14, whatever numbers I put here have to come up to 14, whatever add-ins I use. Remember, these are called my add-ins over here, okay? All right, so I need to make sure that I start with 14, and I'm going to fill my tens frame. Make sure today when you are doing this, which I have the picture in Dojo. So this, oh, I'm sorry, wait, that's for tomorrow. This one right here. When you are doing this today, which is the activity sheet that I posted in the in the Google Drive, make sure that your numbers, your add-ins that you're using on this page, at least one add-in is 10. So you always want to be making 10 on this, okay? Because that is, the lesson is about making 10 in order to make it easier for you to add mentally, okay? But then when we do the challenge is when I want to see you using other add-ins to create the same sum. So when we're on this page here, all right, we want to focus on, making 10 as one of our add-ins, okay? So take this down so that I have some space to slide the magnets here. So I'm starting with 14. So I'm going to fill my tens frame. Okay, I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so there's my 14. So my add-ins then would be 10. This tens frame is full, so that's 10. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So see how I made 10? So again, when you do this page today, you want to make sure that you're making 10, all right? Making 10. And then when you go into the challenge, you can try all the different equations or add-ins, okay? Now, so we made 14. Now I want to make 15. So I'm going to add one more magnet, right? I had 14, one more is 15. So what is my sum? So what is my total, my sum? How many magnets do I have here in all? I have 15. Now, what two add-ins can I use here? Making sure one of my add-ins is 10. I'm making 10 first. So I would have 10. So 10 plus what gives me 15? Well, you could count them, or you could think about the pattern, okay? So, yesterday, 10 plus 1 is 11. 10 plus 2 equals 12. Do 10 plus 3 equals 13. 10 plus 4 equals 15. So 10 plus what equals 15? And if you said 5, you're correct. You could also count them. You have 10 here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as my other add-in. Okay? So today on the Google Drive is this. You can also recreate this. Okay? If you can't print it, you can look at the Google Drive, see what it looks like to recreate it. So kids, you're going to start with 14 counters and show what the equation would look like by making 10. And parents, make sure they're showing this on their tens frame. That's what this says up here too. You want them to practice using those tens frame to make 10. Same with 15. You turn on the back, 16, and then I gave you 14 again, but I switched the equal sign to the other side. That shouldn't change your add-ins though, right? I just switched the equal sign, okay? So instead of saying blank equals blank plus blank, I have blank plus blank equals, okay? Then, if you finish that, you can go on to, here's your challenge for today, all right? So here is your challenge. So parents, if you are printing this for your child or remaking it for your child, I just folded the paper in half twice, made like a 4 square, all right? So I've done 14 for you as an example. So for 14, I used 10, right? 10 was my first add-in. I did 10 plus 4. I know 10 plus 4 equals 14. Then, so let me start with 14. So here I have 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my 10 plus 4. Then I want to still equal 14. So I'm going to leave the same amount of magnets here, right? I still need 14 magnets, but I want to come up with different add-ins to equal 14. So I'm going to take one counter from up here, and I'm going to move it down. So now, instead of having 10, I've taken away 1. 10 minus 1 is 9, right? So I have 9 plus 5. So 9 plus 5 equals 14. Again, my total didn't change. I've always had 14 magnets here. I'm just changing the way the groups of magnets so that my equation is changing. Then let's do another one. I'm going to take another magnet and I'm going to move it down. So now I have 8. I know that because I had 10 and I took away 1, 2, leaving me with 8. So I have 8 plus, I know the first row is 5 and one more is 6. So now I have 8 plus 6 equals 14. Try another one. Move another magnet down, okay, to my bottoms tens frame. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, there's a doubles fact. 7 plus 7 equals 14, right? 7 plus 7 is 14. All right, so, and I could keep going if I had any more space there. And what you're going to find actually is going to happen, so let's do one more. So let's say I take this magnet and I move another one down here, right? Still have 14. Now watch. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to write that down. But if you notice, and we've talked about this in class, this equation, let's look closer here. This equation and this equation are called matching equations. And when you get older, you'll call that the commutative property. And we've talked about this in class. So what that means is all I did was I switched the addends. So 8, 8, 6, 6. And you're going to find that if you keep going with these magnets, the same thing's going to happen. So if I move the lion magnet down here, now I have 5 plus 9. Where up here I had 9 plus 5. Okay, so then I would have 5 plus 9. If I moved another one, now look, my tens frame is full at the bottom, and now I have 4 plus 10, right? Where up here I had 10 plus 4. So you'll find that will happen after you go for so long with your equations. So give this a try if you'd like. As always, send me your work, and I love to go over it on the video and give shout outs. And I will see you back in a little bit with our writing lesson for today.